what do you think about the ocean? Do you like it?
Lately nothing wrong at all, and for the longest you've been smiling like a mama waiting for a spawn to crawl. It's just a burden of a lot of thoughts bursting, a curse of a hermit on a monologue irksome. But lately nothing wrong at all, la-di-da, circling the chalk outlines of the body of a person. Nothing wrong at all, calm false ceremony, tasted in the waterfall, waterfalls worsen. It's not a problem if I ignore it right now, and despite how foreign my origin story might sound, I'm more than qualified to fault some fools listening to the models while passing by asinine college dudes. This is probably rude, why are you even breathing? Harpoon your hearts out and leave them to some meals that need them. But I think it's pretty justified, be a man, all they got is fins. Don't you really think they need a hand? No, whatever, catch you later with an old boot. Remember what I told you when indulging in your gold goose. Deuce. It's getting late, so I shamble off. When I spot a window to a gallery I hadn't thought even set up shop here. The shining gets me interested, minding my own business as the light invades my irises. The minute that I get in close and see the work exhibited, I'm walking in a circle, think I'll pop in for a little bit. Lately nothing wrong at all, and for the longest you've been smiling like a mama waiting for a spawn to crawl. It's just a burden of a lot of thoughts bursting, a curse of a hermit on a monologue irksome. But lately nothing wrong at all, la-di-da, circling the chalk outlines of the body of a person. Nothing wrong at all, calm false ceremony, tasted in the waterfall, waterfalls worsen. I step inside and it's decorated blindly, halogen light bulbs emanate beside me as I hang my jacket on a gaudy coat hanger hook. Move on through the gallery, I yawn and go have a look. Well, nothing seemed to stand out at first, till I hit the final room and something planned out emerged. My eyes start wildly at the 5-part exhibit, painted playfully. I wonder how the fine artist did it, really made it his own. I peeped the name on my phone, apparently he died a while ago and mainly unknown. I direct my eyes at the first opus in the ring of these marine colors woven in an oceanic liturgy, and a figure sitting cross-legged on the seafloor. Reef lord, kill speaker, devil of a dream shore, wordless, gesticulating wisdom of aquatic worlds deep in the murky body. Nothing like her logic works. Nothing wrong at all, Lopolis and monoliths occupying godforsaken underwater rocky cliffs. Nothing wrong, writes Cerulli of regalia, grew up on his arm like the blooming of azalea. Nothing wrong at all, Lopolis and monoliths occupying godforsaken underwater rocky cliffs. Nothing wrong, writes Cerulli of regalia, grew up on his arm like the blooming of azalea.
Hey, are you really yourself right now?
The effect was immediate, held my breath, felt like ice filled my lungs with deadly expedience. Dread and uneasiness swelled my chest like I beheld my death. Nonetheless, I hadn't felt like this before. Sure roar on my crystal core, the abhorrent composition by the misty shore. Even on the inside, the howling of the wind cried, and the thing sings like a witch of yore. So I think I've been looking at this too long. So I think I've been looking at this too long. I'm afraid I've been looking at this too long. Ooh, wait, but my eyes couldn't have been glued on. I'm no longer in a comfortable exhibit room. The image conjures me to be right underneath the gibbous moon. But I think I've been looking at this too long. So I think I should book it out and move on. I mean, now that I think about it, it's like, I think, what's the harm in one more glance? And the terror tears me down to an unborn stance. And the meditative man at the bottom of the misty blue beckons me to come forth, arms up high and lips askew. Pew. After some elongated minutes of being mentally involved in a car chase with wizards, I rip myself away from the fantasy in question and gradually regain both my faculties in jesting. So I think I've been looking at this too long. So I think I've been looking at this too long. I'm afraid I've been looking at this too long. Ooh, wait, but my eyes couldn't have been glued on. I'm no longer in a comfortable exhibit room. The image conjures me to be right underneath the gibbous moon. But I think I've been looking at this too long. So I think I should book it out and move on. As my attention shifts from the first painting onto the second. Exploding colors, rusty red roads and gutters, imposing utters murmured through the cloaks of brothers, crows and numbers, judging me from on high. Summer heat, seared road, suffering the bronze eye, maroon, magenta, ruby, amber, fire, a beauty, send a beauty, anger, ire. I felt dark acrimony at my weakness, embarked on spelunking in the catacombs of genius. It's like a sword right next to your heart. I felt like the piece might have torn my retinas apart. Lately everything is wrong and I'm ready to admit it. Got the devil in my details, play with the digits. And I'm living and I'm living and I'm getting out my chrysalis. The people in the pain and started staring as I'm listening. Venerate the menacing and denigrate the feeble. And the crown made the ego is to separate the regal. Clouds rain the emo. If rainy days bum you, don't complain about it, have some empathy for one too. Too many people don't think about what they think about it. Too few people who think about it can think aloud. Look out, the sky bleeds like a cornered animal. I freeze, everything I'm fighting for is valuable and delicate, deserving to be entertained and lauded. Then I hate myself for time I couldn't dedicate upon it. And every bit of fear I had battling inside, throwing pebbles at a mirror, fire shattering my mind. To the detriment of devils on the canvas trying to heckle me. I'm angry and I'm petulant and lashing out defensively. I wanna see the excrement that hangs around you, never sleep. And if they dare to laugh, allowed to dangle from an evergreen, a dead one. The red sun is getting bright enough to burn, so I turn my head aside just in time to brush concern.
I'm sorry, but I don't do bargaining.
I glimpse inside and squint my eyes before the light, an aura coated by a lattice work of vines and flora. The luminescence of the shop envelops me. I'm outside, glued against the window, watching jealously. My hand is dead, I demand the right to mulligan. About to lose my head like an absent-minded Dullahan. And I feel like a ferret on a wheel. I'd give anything to get inside. My own reflection taunts me, all menacing and heavy-eyed. The radiating atmosphere from beyond the glass wall makes me near curl up and crumble on the asphalt. How pleasant the interior must smell like. Freshly ground beans, leather chairs and Durap-held lights. And I reek like the promise of a god. I decide I have to act now or regret forever. Get the cheddar, enter in the temple, be the check, whatever. Death be damned, I'm tethered to a lengthy plan already. Goblins in my head are mocking me in my extended hand. I turn the handle of the coffee shop and stumble in. Walk up to the counter and start mumbling the dumbest thing. And I sound like a simp when I blab. I make my order and then drum my fingers on the desk. The colors bursting from the walls is something simply wondrous. Upon further inspection, I'm drawn further in depth in the long serpentine webs of a strong herbal infection. What I didn't see from the outside is now clear. The tables are all overgrown with flowers like a crown here. And I look like a bouquet made of thorns. I lift my coffee when it's finished, hold still and don't spill it. Looking for an idyllic chilling place. And when I see a corner concealing a feminine vase filled with nightshades, hell, I'm feeling red in the face. I swallow my pride and take the table in the corner and open up a book to read the fable of a foreigner. And I taste like the bitter from a loss. I'll make sure this little shop stays in business. Buy a coffee every day to make the cut fate be witness. And water all the flowers, mop the moss off the floor. And every single other motherfucking god-awful chore. Staring at the painting of the coffee shop in vain. Back in the exhibit, someone toggle off my brain. I don't have the power that I need. Fuck.
I couldn't sleep last night.
Origami paper girl folded on a storm drain. It's ordained to be pouring on today, I heard. And it's already raining in the city. Shit, I'm agonizing over that and saying something witty, while a lot of little purple shadows skip around the soggy doll. We are built in with that harrowing necrotic flaw. Say you're in the rain and dodge it all, it's all the same. The moisture in the air is gonna get you, I'm vindicating. And I don't know if being vindicated even seems exceedingly superior from being detained and breathing deep. Weak, I think crumbling my skin, come asunder by the second I hit thunder in the wind. Shrunken in the binge, oh poor pernicious me. I feel like swallowing a whole sword deliciously. And I sway like possessed, like the raindrops naked engraved on my flesh. Someone left a paper doll on the street and it's shaking as I fall on my knees. I'm full of hollow like it's all just a dream, and I'll wake up with the dawn or a week. A cavalcade of shadows emerges, I'm feeding all the sparrows to worms. Someone left a paper doll on the street and I'm waiting by the wall in the breeze. The composition is so beautiful, absurd and oblique, like a bird with another bird perched on its beak. The pain of it deep and diluvian abysmal. The rain in the mist is Neptunian and dismal. And it drums on the girl made of paper. Even all the umbrellas in the world couldn't save her. And I'm cardboard and fear in a coat by a street light. night, staring at the wipers of the passing cars. Is the void of me a siphon in the massive stars? And the pile of wet paper in this form is so difficult to see. Please take me in the storm. Someone left a paper doll on the street, and it's shaking as I fall on my knees. I'm full of hollow like it's all just a dream, and I'll wake up with the dawn or a week. A cavalcade of shadows emerge as I'm feeding all the sparrows to worms. Someone left a paper doll on the street, and I'm waiting by the wall in the breeze.
But you've come this far. What do you think?
I can't tell apart the demons from the nuns. I'm bleeding from my thumbs, shake is done like these paintings speak to me in tongues. I tear my eyes away from the fourth piece. Try to scream but the paintings contort speech. I became numb, lumber to the door that I came from. Escape from this morbid creation. I'm in hell, feeling nausea, the door is gone, and I can hear the hail through the lobby walls pouring on. Something otherworldly cools around my mind, and I'm suddenly compelled to finish doing what I started. Then I saw my surly voices howl inside the final painting as I turn and face the music coming ardent. It's raining hail in a birch forest, and I think I'm okay now. Lark argot carved on tree bark with sharp beaks. The last few been indeed dark and hard weeks, but the ghost in is clear enough for solace and the healing that I didn't think I'd feel. And on the real, I'd be demolished if I wasn't just a husk of a man, brushing off the dying follicles and dust on my hand. My chronicle is crushed up and canned into crumbs, and the language I lean on is tangled in tongues. It's raining hail in a birch forest here, and the spirits hide behind the trees lurch forward weird, like a deer that's been startled by a force in the wild. While near all the spooks stands a horse and a child, and they're both cold, shivering but glad to be alive. Light blue skin, tingling vitality of pride. I try to stay on earth with some mantras and quotes, but I feel like a part of the onlooking ghosts. Heavy is the head full of envy, and nothing demonstrates it better than the spectral assembly. I've been thinking the hail melted steady, yet the pebbles rain heavy feet sinking. Yet I'm never seen blinking, lost in the pillars of white bark with dark ashes. Kinda consider making fine art from our ashes. I hear an owl calling out to all the hidden souls, anthropod eyes like 1,000 small kaleidoscopes. Peer down from the safety of the leaves at the spirits as they sway and occasionally weep, driven by an instinct of fragments of memory, foraging the forest in their absence of clarity, and humming like a runaway on a summer night. Butter knives flutter by slumber tight, and it's raining marbles of hail in a birch forest painted with gargoyles and scale. I'm picking flowers up, staring at their centers like a sour love, and laying them all tender on the clouds above as the roots coil around my toes. Or maybe I should change around my voice or my approach. I don't know the very intricate and fickle workings of the brain. I'm a serpent of the plain. Hail hurts my scales, but hurt is occasionally pertinent, and in the furtherance of learning works like a tourniquet. So I guess that's the way it is, huh? I see that's the way it is. I'm okay with it, I wasn't, but that doesn't mean I don't have a say in it. I'm staring at the hail drops melting in the painting, and I trail off, turn around, walk out the gallery. It all seems shaky like a logged out reality. I can't recall the name of the painter weeks after, and the place wasn't there at all when I went to check. And I keep asking, but I think I'm okay now. I hope I'm okay. I'm okay. Okay.